Zeugma, an ancient bridge on the banks of the Euphrates River, connected east to west in antiquity. The name Zeugma means bridge or passage. Ancient history comes alive in the ruins of Zeugma, so let's explore the hidden wonders of this archaeological site. Zeugma is known for its mosaics, representing the unique artistic tradition of the Greco-Roman period. With its wealth and multicultural structure, culturally speaking, Zeugma was a mosaic itself. These Roman villas were home to rich families and later served as time capsules, preserving the priceless mosaics inside them. The houses of Dionysus and Danae, named for the characters featured in their stunning mosaics, gaze out at the Euphrates River, just like they have for centuries. The Mosaic of Danae depicts a scene from classical literature in which Danae arrives on the island of Seriphos in a chest holding her baby Perseus. There's a brand new building being excavated in Zeugma at the moment. It's called the House of Muses, and I'm so excited to see it. So now I'm going to check it out and meet the excavation director, Kutalmış Görkay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to see this newly excavated house.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure.
Yes, so can I just get a little bit more information? I mean, what period is this house from?
Well, this is a Roman house, probably built in the late 1st century AD, but used until the middle of the 3rd century, until the Sasanian destruction. Well, now we are in the courtyard of the house. And the house comprises of many chambers, some of which were decorated with mosaics and frescoes.
Absolutely beautiful mosaics.
Yes, and in the courtyard, now we are in the courtyard, as you can see here, the whole courtyard was paved with mosaic depicting some sea creatures and the titans from the mythology Okeanos and Tethys. And surrounded by, of course, different kinds of fish and sea animals. Yes. And what excites us in this house is when we were digging, were not only mosaics, but also the frescoes. Not the decorations of the frescoes, but the graffitis on them. Because
there's graffiti.
Yes, as you can see here, we have pictorial graffitis, sometimes textual graffitis. Pictorial graffitis give some historical context. For instance, this is a Sassanid cavalry, because Sassanians are very important. The city was destroyed in the middle of the 3rd century by Sassanians. And this depicts a typical Sassanian cavalryman with his horse. And here we have camel and camalarius, which is a person mainly in charge of caravan trade.
Wow, that is so interesting. I'm done exploring the ancient city of Zeugma. And now, to see even more artifacts, I'm headed to the Zeugma Mosaic Museum, which is located 50 kilometers away in Gaziantep. This is the Zeugma Mosaic Museum. With its 3,000 square meters of well-preserved mosaics dating back to the 2nd century BC, Zeugma is among the largest mosaic museums in the world. Here, Poseidon is pictured riding a chariot pulled by hippocampus, which have the body of a horse and the tail of a fish. Under that is Okeanos and Tethys, who represent the fertility of the sea. What do the mosaics tell us? The mosaics depict mythology, staged literary plays, pantomimes, and tragedies. This mosaic depicts Achilles, who dressed as a woman to avoid fighting in the Trojan War. The scene portrayed here is the moment when his true identity was revealed. It's a really stunning, amazing piece of art. These depictions make me feel like I'm a part of that mythological scene. At last, I'm in the place I'm most excited to see. The Gypsy Girl, Zeugma's most famous mosaic, is on display in this mysterious maze-shaped room. The Gypsy Girl and the Mona Lisa, what do they have in common? Referred to as three-quarter view portraits, these depictions have eyes that seem to follow you. To some, the Gypsy Girl is a representation of Gaia, the mother of gods and goddesses. But it's actually a depiction of a Maenad, one of the female followers of Dionysus. Zeugma is now listed on the UNESCO Tentative World Heritage List for its mosaics that reflect the unique aesthetic of a cosmopolitan Roman city. The Zeugma Mosaic Museum preserves centuries-old aesthetic values, keeping this ancient city alive today. The heroes working in the rescue excavations raced against time to save as many artifacts as possible from the floodwaters of the Birecik Dam. Thank you for joining us on this amazing journey, and stay tuned to Turkish museums. Up next, we'll be cooking a recipe inspired by the Okeanos and Tethys mosaic, and using local ingredients from the region, which is still an important center of gastronomy today.